and thanks for stopping by my channel. Hi if you're new, and welcome back if you're not new. So I took a couple of weeks off of my channel and I haven't really posted anything just because I have just been through a lot emotionally, as people do. I've had a whirlwind of emotions, and I just haven't been feeling good. I've been feeling depressed. I haven't, well, this is my third video, so I haven't gone over what I go through, but I have depression, and I've been going through a lot with my job. And so because of that, I decided to just take a break. Also, I didn't realize that YouTube requires a lot of editing, and I've edited my first 2 videos a ton, and I kind of just want to be chill with this video and just kind of just be laid back. And yeah, this video won't be nearly as long as my last video. And also, last kind of disclaimer, I'm not always gonna talk about sad emotions and stuff like that. It's really important, I feel to talk about your emotions, but I also want to talk about my interests and things that I like as well. But I'm a human, and humans feel things, so gotta talk about those too, right? So yeah. Also, that's my cat Mimi. She's asleep. Say hi, Mimi. Oh, she's asleep, so she can't say hi. She knocked out. She's sleepy, baby. I'm gonna let her sleep. Alright, friends, so let's just get back to our regularly scheduled programming here. As I was saying, the last 2 weeks have been really hectic for me, and basically, to make a long story short, I've been working a job I just hit the year-long mark, September 11th, and I was really excited for this job because I am actually I am pursuing a master's in public health. I'm actually transferring to either Michigan State University or Boston University's master's in public health programs. So I'm actually in the process of applying to their public health programs as we speak. But so yeah, I'm pursuing a master's in public health, and I have a background in public health, and I really felt like this job would really be a great job for me. It would help to further me along in my career path in public health, and so I was really excited for it. And yeah, it just has been very disappointing for me because of just how toxic my work environment has been. Basically, my supervisor has been toxic to me. I've had really bad supervisors, and I've also worked bad jobs, but this was different because the job itself was not hard, but my supervisor was very toxic to me. She crossed many boundaries with me. She was discriminatory against me. I have reasons to feel that she could potentially be racist and ageist. She has made me feel as if I am other, or that I'm different because of my age, because of my experience. She has treated me different than my other coworkers. She has talked down to me. from the start, from the very start of me working my position, like I'm talking about like the first or the second interview, the very second interview I had, she told me that I was not the first choice. She told me that she had actually picked someone else for the position, but they had chose another, job. And so that's why she called me in for this second interview. So imagine how that would make you feel, you know, like you are so excited to get a second interview and you're really excited for this job. And then you hear that you're not the first choice. You essentially hear, oh, you were actually not the first choice. Somebody else was actually picked before you, but because they chose another position, well, we decided to call you in for a second, interview. Like that devastated me. But, I still wanted the job. So I decided to accept the offer, and I also really needed the money because I need a job. So I took the job, and just from the start, it just was terrible. I mean, I never received training. It was just, I asked for training. She told me she wouldn't train me. I had to ask like someone who was interning like a week before me if she could train me. Like, it was embarrassing because she's looking to me for me to, like, essentially, I'm a coordinator and she's interning and she's looking at me for guidance, and I'm like, oh, I can't give you guidance because I'm not essentially being trained either. So yeah, it was rough. It was very rough. And I mean, beyond that, there were so many different things. I can go into so many different examples, but I really reached my breaking point. I really reached my breaking point this month, when she deliberately asked me if I knew who the other coordinators in my department were, which was odd because I have been working in my position for a year. So it's a really odd question for her to ask me if I know who the other coordinators in my department are, when I've literally been working in my department for a year. Especially when I've worked with the other coordinators, and when I've worked with everyone in the department, and when I've talked to everyone in the department. I can understand if I've never, I can understand, if I've, I just started working there. I can understand if I've only been there for like a month or 2 or 3 months, but I've been there for a year, and I've literally worked with at least one of the coordinators, exclusively on a project, very closely. And she assumed that, she literally asked me, do you know who the other coordinators in your department are? And she asked me, in that very slow tone, and she smiled, do you know who the other coordinators are? She asked me as if I'm some sort of child and I can't comprehend what she's saying. And it was like she was trying to infantize me. And she has, throughout my tenure, has tried to infantize and undermine my intelligence the entire time that I've been there. And there's been so many other times that I just won't get into because I could, this whole video could be over an hour long, and that's not the point of this video. So that was my breaking point for me, because I really got to a point where I'm just like, yo, I have a bachelor's. I'm working towards a master's in public health. I've had better working experiences than this. I deserve better than this. I had to like, it was really scary for me because you're always told like, you know, don't quit your job without like another job lined up. Like I had my mom and I had my stepdad in my ear, don't quit this job without another job lined up. And I'm hearing everyone telling me that. But it's like I really got to a point where it's just like I can't allow myself to be disrespected in this way. Like, I respect myself too much to allow myself to be degraded in this manner. Like, I love myself too much to allow myself to be disrespected in this way. And to sit up here and have to kiss this person's ass and to have to pretend I care about this job that I really don't give two F's about anymore, that I really don't care about anymore. And every time I step foot into this establishment, I hate it. I hate it. And it got to a point where like I dreaded going to work. I dreaded the drive to work. I dreaded having meetings with this person, with my supervisor, because I knew that I would have to fight for my life. I knew I would have to fight for, you know, I'd have to defend myself essentially. And it's just, it wasn't worth it. My mental health and my physical health were starting to deteriorate, where I wasn't eating. I was sleeping too much and I still felt tired. All I was thinking about was this job. I wasn't happy. I couldn't enjoy my life. And I was miserable. And I told myself that, and this was like 2 Thursdays ago. So this was like September 12th or September 13th. I don't remember. But I told myself, and I remember texting my mom, you know, I believe this is going to be the day that I quit because I can't do this anymore. I made the decision that this is the day. This is the day that I'm going to quit because I can't do this. I deserve better than this. And the moment that I decided to let that job go, like literally 30 minutes later, I got a call from a job that I had interviewed for that I really wanted. And they called me to offer me the position that I really wanted. They offered me a job and I accepted it. And I was so ecstatic. I was like, yes, I was so happy. I was so freaking happy. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. I was crying. I was so happy. You should have seen me saying, yes, I'll take it. Yes, I accept. I wrote my resignation letter. And I wrote a 1 week notice. I didn't write a 2 week notice. I wrote a 1 week notice for my job. And I gave it to them that day. And I was so happy. I grabbed my support Pikachu for comfort. But I don't know. I guess the whole point of me making this video is, I guess I felt that it was really important for me to just bring to the awareness of those who are watching my videos, the beautiful people who are watching my videos, that sometimes, you know, you have to let go of things that are toxic in your life that may seem like you know, they're good things, but are actually toxic, in order to make way for much better things that are actually your blessings. So for instance, this job, I thought it was going to be a really good thing for me, and you know, maybe at one point it was, you know, and I guess I'll look at it for the year. It was a good thing for me because it allowed me to make money. It allowed me to, I guess, gain new skills. It allowed me to, you know, not be broke, essentially. And I guess I made new, people that I can network with. I actually did, enjoy the people that I connected with, my coworkers. They were really great people. And I actually have kept, some of their, email addresses and some of their numbers so that I can keep in touch with them. So, I don't think that it was a bad thing. I think that, it was, this experience, I've put it on my resume. I think it still looks good on my resume, and overall it was a net positive for me. And the only person who's missing out in this situation is my supervisor, because she's missing out on a great person who was doing all the work that I was doing and was working hard and was super badass, and now she has to do all the work I was doing. And yeah, now I have a great job that I really want, that pays more, that's full-time, with career growth and all things that I was looking for. So I win in the situation. But yeah, I just felt like getting on here and saying that message to you all. I hope that this reaches someone or some people, and I hope that this helps. There's a gnat in here, sorry. I hope that this helps people who might be going through a hard time, and I hope that everyone out there is staying safe, and it's going to be okay. I know it's rough out here, and it's really hard, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it gets better. So bye.